Hello, everybody. Hi, my name is Miri, and I'm your favorite weather dragon who hopes to put a smile on your rainiest days. And I look a little bit different today. Today, I planned on doing some tarot card reading, and if you didn't know, right now the biggest game for me is Nike, Goddess of Victory. So, I am just as Arcana one way or another. Yes, I gave myself an Arcana themed outfit for today, but also gave my VTuber an Arcana themed outfit, and I thought that it'd be a little bit fun of a change of pace. But now I feel like I just look like I cut off my head for her and just slapped it on. I mean, that is kind of what happened. But anyways, today we are doing some tarot reading. I usually do this monthly. I am still going to be doing this monthly, hopefully, on this channel, on Miri Mizuhiki. But I have considered putting it on my Mizuhiki Miri channel. If you have not experienced my tarot reading before, tarot for me is exactly what you make of it. You can choose to believe it, you can choose not to. Take what you think works for you and leave behind anything that doesn't seem to be applicable to you. So, today I'm going to be doing the tarot card for your zodiac. And I have something a little bit extra special in that I'm not using my usual tarot deck today. This is called the Fable Makers animated tarot deck. So if you take a look at this actually, whoa, oh, you can't really see it here, but it does change when you look at it from side to side. The coin should be moving. Yeah. You can see it there. The coin is moving. Yeah. So these are really new cards. I haven't even taken off. They each have like a protective film on it, and I haven't taken off the protective film yet. I'm worried that if I take off the protective film, then I'm gonna scuff the cards, but that might just be something that is a me problem. I think it's okay if they get a little scuffed. I just have a hard time parting ways with things, and so if this ever gets scuffed to the point that I have to, that would make me really sad. Tarot cards I plan to read for each person's zodiac, and I'll leave timestamps below, so if you are listening to this and you just want to get to your reading, definitely go ahead and do that. If you're listening just to listen and just so that you have someone to spend some time with you, I'm that person and I'll be hanging out with you today. So I am going in order. I always go in order. I'm sorry to all the Pisces baby who wait to the end, but again, I'll have timestamps ready for you. That's the benefit of having pre-recorded sessions. I did get 2 new tarot decks as well. So I'm also adding to this reading by adding the Cosmic Insights Oracle deck. This is what we're going to figure out a little bit more about the person of interest, if there's anybody in there or someone to look out for this month. And then Dark Confessions is the other tarot deck that I have. And this is going to be mainly used for either how you feel, how they feel about you, or some kind of like, I guess the energy of the relationship, something like that. It'll be general. I hope to make this just enough so that you are able to kind of pick out for you what it feels like is right for you. I forgot to mention, if this reading doesn't sound correct for you, then it may be that your zodiac, you might want to check out your birth chart, because it could be your sun, your moon, or your rising. I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description for if you want to check your natal chart, but you do also want to know your time, your exact time and exact place of birth. But yes, how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are hanging out and having a good time, and that things are going to be going well for you this upcoming month of August. If I didn't say it before, this reading is for August, but if you are finding this reading outside of August, then it might be that this message is for you. Maybe it's just a different time and that this is the message you need to hear. My first reading is going to be for Aries, so these 3 here. This is actually going to be left to right, I believe, so we have the Moon in reversed. We have 8 of Chalices reversed, and then 10 of Wands upright. So the Moon in reversed represents projection, trauma, phobia, repression, subconscious. So the Moon it's all about navigating the subconscious, things that maybe you've been repressing for a while, things that you've been kind of trying to avoid thinking about. It might be something really big in your life, like the elephant in the room that you're not ready to address, but this is trying to tell you that it might be time to look towards, like, mindfully move towards what you need to navigate this. I think it might be a time right now to navigate through something very difficult for you. Eight of Chalice. And I think this may have to do... Well, let me get the clarifier cards first. Let me get the clarifier. So the Eight of Chalices in reversed. This is indecision, aimlessness, giving up, fear of commitment, last chance. So is it a big decision that you're not sure what to do? Maybe you are trying to address this past trauma or this current big decision, but you're not really sure which way to go. You're still kind of looking out into the ocean thinking like, oh, it's so vast. How do I make a decision when there's so many options, so many answers out there, and none of them feel quite right? It's that kind of thing where it almost feels like you think it's all or nothing, is the feeling I'm getting. So then, lastly, the Ten of Wands. The Ten of Wands is about obligation, overload, strain, burden, feeling inundated. It's overwhelming for you. You're having a hard time making a decision on this big thing in your life because it feels like you are barely holding on to everything. It's hard to feel like you have everything riding on your shoulders and you're just doing it by yourself is how it feels like. So maybe you need someone to help you, or maybe we need to figure out who's coming into your life that might be related to this, or who is in your life that might be related to this. Blah. Sorry, my voice is a little bit cracked right now. All right, so who do you need to know about? So this is a spy. Someone's got their eye on you and you're doing your research. Maybe someone that you think is watching you. Someone that you may find is a little bit nosy. Either that, or maybe it's someone who's interested in you and you're not sure how to feel about them, so you're still contemplating the relationship. This is the card, by the way. Spy. Okay. And then I do want to try to clarify that more. Someone is expecting. This doesn't mean that they are pregnant. They may be pregnant, of course. That would be the literal reasoning. But I think this is related to love. I think it might be related to love, whether that's familial love or romantic relationship. But it sounds like someone is interested in you and you're not sure how to feel about them quite yet. And maybe you're contemplating. Maybe you're thinking it over. And the last thing is going to be the dark confessions. I want to know what the dark confession is, either about this relationship, how you feel about them, or maybe how they feel about you. It might also deal with the situation at large, so how you feel about the situation, like deep down. I cannot give you what you want or deserve. I'm sorry. I think you seriously did contemplate this relationship or this person, but you feel like you're not giving it enough. I think this is tied with the feeling of being overwhelmed, that there's so many different options that just doesn't feel quite right and doesn't feel enough to address this big decision that you're waiting for. That you're not waiting for per se, but you have been scared to tackle. I feel like this problem has been bothering you for a long time. So you're having trouble with kind of letting someone into that drama. I can't give you what you want or deserve. I don't feel enough. I'm so sorry. That's like the feeling I get from this. So in this month, I really hope that you're able to navigate what you find is so difficult to hold on your shoulders. I hope that this will be a month where you can let go of your burdens, and that whatever decision you come to, that you're able to tackle it head on. So this is the reading for Aries. So let's see what you need to hear, Taurus. Okay, I actually think the top is going to be good here. So we have Queen of Wands. We have Seven of Wands. And last is going to be Six of Wands. A lot of fire energy here for Taurus. I feel like that might stir the pot for you. Okay, let's see what we have here. And this is going to be around 12, let's say. Let's see what we have for you. Queen of Wands. Okay, so the Queen of Wands. It has to do with boldness, vivacity, artistic prowess, ambition, and originality. Okay. So you might be moving towards a specific goal or something that you feel excited about, but you're going to be going through really proudly. Like, you feel very confident about this. You're facing the sunflower. Like, it's kind of funny because the sunflower is usually facing you. But this time you're facing the sunflower. Sunflowers always face towards the sun, so it's like looking at a positive outlook. That's how I'm seeing it. And everybody else around you, the cat, the lion, well, not the lion's part of the chair, but the cat is looking forward with you. So it's as if you're ready to press on. The Seven of Wands. This has to do with challenge, perseverance, courage, defiance, defense. I feel bad to say this, but compared to the last reading, you're very excited to move forward. You're almost it's as if any wall that you come across, you're the bull, so you're about to burst through the wall. Six of Wands. Recognition, reputation, pride, victory, fame. Yeah, whatever challenge that you're coming across, you've beaten down the wall so thoroughly and completely. Or at least, even if there is a wall, you're ready to tackle it head on. And I think that you're so confident that you're going to be able to overcome any challenge that comes across to you this month. It's almost like the feeling of you're invincible is how it feels. All right. Okay, Taurus, so let's see what type of person that might be either helping you with this or might be involved in this for you. No, it's not the right time. It might be a contrarian. It seems like there might be a contrarian in your life who is thinking like, because you think you're invincible, you might be jumping a little too head first into it. You might be not looking at all the options or all the things to be considered here. But let's figure out one more thing here. Date night. Get ready to be wined and dined. They may bring it up either during a date, maybe over dinner, or it might just imply that it's someone that you care about deeply. Like, it could be family dinner, you know? You might be eating out with your mother and you're trying to figure this thing out. You're very excited and then they're like, hold on a minute. You might want to take some time to think about that. It's out of protection. It's not out of being a contrarian just to be a contrarian is what it seems like. Okay. And the dark confession for this month. Let's see what that is. Woo! Everything just wants to spill out on the table. Let's see. What's the tell-all for this month? This one. I cannot be vulnerable with you. I'd rather hide in the darkness before I let you see inside me. I think you're not ready to share this with them. I think while you do care about this person or they care about you, you don't feel like they're the person you go to say everything, to like share everything with. And it might be because they don't tell you what you want to hear, so to speak. It might be because you know that they're gonna doubt you, or that they may say something like, I don't think this is now. I don't think that you should do this right now. But you're so confident that I don't feel like I can tell you this then. I think that it's less about not caring about each other, but not wanting to hurt each other is what it sounds like. So this is going to be your reading, Taurus. I really hope that whoever this is, that you are able to be open and vulnerable and that they can at least be receptive to that with you. Good luck. So we have 7 of coins reversed, 8 of chalices upright, and 6 of coins upright. So 7 of coins reversed has to do with short-term thinking, failure, impatience, and limited success, idleness. I can't quite picture what that would mean here just yet, so we're going to also look at the Eight of Chalices and Six of Coins. Eight of Chalices we mentioned earlier was something about having options, like almost too many options that you don't know how to make the right choice. Escapism, withdrawal, letting go, abandonment. Short-term thinking, failure, impatience, limited success, idleness. It's because you're not willing to make the decision that it's almost like you're trying to leave it behind. If I move past this, maybe it won't come back to bite me, is the feeling. So Six of Coins is the last one too. Upright, giving, receiving, living in the present, plenty, altruism. You're giving so that you can forget about whatever this decision is. It's like, if I share my wealth with other people, I can forget about what I don't have. I can forget about like the big decision that I have to make because I'm worried more about this decision that I'm not ready to make. That's the feeling that I get from this. You have a lot to give, but you don't feel like you actually do. It's literally just walking away from a decision and feeling like you can do nothing. So by giving, you feel like you're doing something, but it doesn't address the core issue here. I don't know what the core issue is, so let's take maybe a little bit of a look here. Actually, you know what? I want to pull one more card for clarity about that. What kind of issue is this? This one? At the heart? Queen of Swords reversed. It has to do with loneliness, dependency, coldness, cruelty, lack of emotional control, feeling like you don't have a handle on the situation, feeling like maybe you need someone, but at the same time, you don't feel like you have the right person with you. And it's making you, it's almost like I'm losing my mind is the feeling. I'm losing my mind. I don't have the right tools with me. I wish I could talk to someone. I wish that there was someone who could help me with this, is the feeling that I get. It's like a frog is in my throat with talking about this specific one too. It's hard for you to talk about. So what kind of person should you look out for this month? Open up your heart. It will help you attract more love. Maybe there's someone out there, but you're not willing to open your heart up to them. There are people, but you're just scared of letting it out, like telling them that you need help. Move on. Someone is unavailable. A waste of time. It's over. So, the first thought that came to my mind is an ex, but I think that maybe it's someone where I think this person was someone that you opened your heart to, and maybe you still wish that they came back and you still have this door open for them, but it's actually time to move on. The other interpretation that I have is that maybe there's someone new that is here, or someone who's been here for you, but you can't see them because you're so focused on this person that you left the door open for. But you need to close it and open a new chapter in your life. That's what it feels like for this particular person. They're ready to help you, but you're not willing to let them in because you didn't know, or you're pretending not to know. So then the dark confession this month, which seems like it'll be kind of spicy. I feel abandoned by you and it's triggering my childhood traumas. Oh, Bubby, baby. I think this has to do with whoever left this door open for you. You are giving away because you felt like you don't have anything left, and this is the way that you feel like you can have something. You have something to give. Because maybe they took it away from you. Maybe there's something that this person who you're leaving the door open for, you're hoping they come back because of something that is triggering with you in your childhood trauma. And I'm really sorry that that person hurt you. I actually feel a lot of pain for you. If this does pertain to you and you feel like this resonates with you, then I'm really wishing for a lot of healing for you. I'm sorry that this person has hurt you so much, but I think that by closing this door, you can definitely start to heal. So that is for my Geminis. Okay. I feel really sad. Oh my gosh. I always wish the best for you guys. So when I hear that you guys may be going through a difficult time, it does pain me. I never want to see people hurt, just, you know. Sometimes there are times where we feel a lot of pain in our life, but it opens up time for something good to come too, is how I feel about it. Things will never stay bad. Things will always have a chance to get better. Of course, the vice versa is true too, but how do we enjoy the the good times without having something where, you know, I enjoy the good times because I know how bad it could be. That type of feeling. All right. Let's see what we have now for Cancer. Speaking of Cancers, these are the people who I feel like get hurt the most, but without saying anything. I really hope that my Cancer babies are doing okay. Okay, so 2607. Let's see what we have for you this month, Cancer. Well, first of all, I think this bottom card is calling me the bottom two. 8 of Coins upright, Knight of Coins reversed, and then I think this top one. Yeah. King of Swords upright. Let's see what we have in store for you this month, Cancer. Let me see. 8 of Coins. 8 of Coins upright. Hard work, diligence, practice, concentration, and attention to detail. Ooh, someone who's a very hard worker. You really pay attention to the details. And you do it through your own hands. Ooh, okay. I like that. What are you crafting this month? King of Coins. And it has to do something with your work is what I'm feeling. Because 8 of Coins usually represent to me as career, job, something physical. So you may be doing actual physical labor. And then King of Coins reversed. Quantity over quality, unrealistic expectations. I see. So you may be working really hard at something, and I genuinely believe you're a hard-working person, but you may be putting your energy into the wrong thing, or like you're not looking at the, how to say, it's like there's good work and you're putting in a lot of work, but you're not maybe putting it in the right way. You're spending your energy where you don't really need to, or it's not the correct avenue, so to speak. King of Swords, let me see this first before I continue. It's gonna be about logic, routine, wisdom, integrity, and objectivity. Yeah, I think you have your feelings in the right place. You're working really hard, but you don't see, this is who you need to be, the King of Swords. You don't see the objectivity of it, where you could be either like, let's say you're working on this manufacturing thing, like let's say you want to be a seller, like you want to sell goods, but you're like, okay, I found this good deal on getting like 20 of something for like a penny, something like that. But then you're like not realizing that that penny speaks to the quality of what you're getting. So that quality is so bad that it's worth literally that penny, you know? Objectively, you would be like, yeah, maybe the quality is not that good, or maybe I should rethink this decision, but the incentive of a good deal is drawing you to make potentially a bad decision, is what it seems like. And that's not necessarily that it has to do with selling, like being someone who's a merchant or things like that, but it could apply to other things in life. Take that as you will. I think that what's going to help you the most this month is don't make rash decisions. Take a step back first and think about it logically and see if it still makes sense to you. Okay? And who's gonna help you with this? Who's gonna be someone key to you for this? Give it time. You know what's funny? I saw this was at like the bottom or one of the piles. Like, you know, when I shuffle, it looks, I could see the bottom of sometimes of the pile. This was at the bottom of one of the piles when I was shuffling, and I was like, how funny would it be if I pulled this card? Everything in divine timing, let things flow. So again, whatever you think you can't get except for right now, you will be able to get it. Now just might not be the right time. You just might want it to be the right time. Give it time. And then the second one. divorce. And honestly, I don't think this has to do with like an ex-wife, ex-husband, anything like that, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend. I think this is you divorcing the idea that you need this to happen right now. It's not a person, it's you. You are the person. This reading is about you. You are so married to the idea of this thing that you don't want to part ways with it. So here's a dark confession for you. Whoop. Okay. I'm going through a roller coaster of emotions and I won't admit it. You might be making these rash decisions because you're going through a lot right now. You don't know how to feel about certain things. You are very prone to your feelings at the moment. So that's why you make these rash decisions, because you're not really thinking right now. You're not really thinking right now. So this is why you're making these rash decisions. Okay, let me take a quick sip before I move on to the next reading, but I don't know why it's super funny to me. It might be something superficial. Whatever this is might be something superficial. I'm not saying it's small, but sometimes I feel like a problem is bigger than you intend it to be because you're feeling too much into it, so to speak. Now we are on to Leo. So let's see. For Leo this month, we have Page of Coins reversed, 9 of Wands upright, and 8 of Wands upright. The Page of Coins. Short-sightedness, debt, financial inexperience, lack of planning, and laziness. Something to do with money or your career or some kind of opportunity that would bring you money, maybe. 9 of Wands. The 9 of Wands is about resilience, resolve, fatigue, guardedness, and injury. And the 8 of Wands is travel, impulse, energy, haste, movement. I think you're trying to travel, like legitimately travel. I think this is just literally you're trying to spend the money to go somewhere, but it's like a hasty decision, and I think this is costing you more than you think. The idea of planning this trip is costing you a lot of that time and energy, and you're feeling like very tired by all the planning. Traveling can be a lot. It's fun, but it can be a lot, right? But then you also have it where you're spending all this money. So I don't know if you have that money to burn. I think you do, or at least like maybe it's the idea of like, oh, I'm young, or oh, I'm old, like I need to do this right now. It feels like it's a I need to do this right now type of feeling, and you're rushing into it. It's almost like you feel like you don't have enough time. Is it the last minute travel decision, or is it one where you kind of like travel decision wise? I mean, it doesn't have to be anything big. Like, it could be travel as in, like, you're going to a convention, or travel as in you're going to visit someone from another state, or maybe you're traveling to a destination, like, if you're going somewhere big, maybe you're going to another country, or something like that. It could be something small, it could be something big, but I think if it is for financial reasons, you might be losing more than you think you're gaining. If it's something where you're trying to make an investment and maybe you're going somewhere to meet someone, there might be something off here. I'm not the most, like, I need to see more. Maybe I need to pull one more card. I need to figure this out a little bit more easily. I need more information. 2 of Chalices. It's about love! It's about love! And I do think that this has to do with a partner or someone that you're interested in. You're rushing to them because you like them. It might be family. I always say 2 of Cups doesn't necessarily mean a lover's relationship, but it could mean a lover's relationship. It could also mean family. It could mean someone who, like, think of like a friend who's a friend for life, like a best friend. Like, not the best friends as in like everybody's your best friend, but one that's like irreplaceable. This is my friend for life type of deal. It could be anything like that. But I think regardless, you're traveling out to see them. Maybe something happened to them, or maybe you are meeting them for the first time. If like now we're in an age of online stuff, so you could be meeting them for the first time. Maybe they were your friend online for a while. I feel like you're traveling out, but you're not thinking of all the logistics because you're so passionate about, I need to see this person. That's what it feels like to me. Let's figure out a little bit more if this is about this person or something to keep in mind, things like that with the insight. Leo, your cards are the most like confusing to me so far, I would say. The reading felt really unclear at the start. So, addiction. You're struggling with money for real this month. Challenges with unhealthy habits and financial struggles. So I do think that financially you might need to be very careful this month. If you are putting money in, a lot of money, I mean, into something, you might want to check if you're putting your money in the right places. It might be something where, you know, I have this habit of wanting to gift a lot. I am a very gift-giving type person to show my affection. If I think of something, like, if I'm thinking of someone when I'm, like, at the airport, like, maybe there's this keychain that has your favorite animal on it, I'll buy it on the spot because it reminds me of you, you know? But did I have to buy it to show my affection? No, there's other ways to show your affection, but I do this so often that sometimes it can lead me into financial struggle. And that's something that I need to be careful of because it's a different kind of addiction, right? This could be similar to you. Health issues could arise. I think health. It's either that I wonder if they're unhealthy or like they have health problems and so you're worried and trying to put your money into it because of that. I hate to think of it this way because it's just a passing thought in my mind, but I wonder if you feel like you have limited time with them. And so you're trying really hard to spend your money to go with them or to go see them because of that. Or it could be your own. I'm thinking this may have to do with health issues could arise. I'm really hoping it's something passing, like maybe you sprained your ankle on the way to go visit them. I don't know, and that could cause a financial delay or something like that. I would say just be careful this month. Whatever you're doing or whatever you plan to do, make sure you take a look at your situation first and what you're able to actually be capable of doing. I feel like if this person is your person, they would understand whatever you are able to do, whatever you're not able to do. They don't care about you because of whatever physical thing you give them. They care about you because they want you. They care about you. They like who you are, and you matter the most to them. Whoa. My mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. My mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. This is making me think this health issue is yours. And you're trying to let the other person know you're okay. They're trying to fake as if things aren't okay, you're trying to fake as if you are okay so as not to worry them. Are you used to doing that? Or are you just trying to keep them safe by letting them think that you are okay? These are questions that I think the other person is having too, and something important to keep in mind, because as much as you're trying to save them the worry, I think that they're worrying more because you're not being honest with them. So maybe consider that for this upcoming month. Take that as you will, but I'm really hoping that whatever you're going through, that you're staying healthy, you're staying happy, and that you take care of yourself. Yeah. Okay. Leo, I'm concerned for you. Alright. Let's go for Virgo. Actually think the bottom card works here. Justice. 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 I want that card. I want this card. Death. And I want this card in this bottom. Or I guess I want this card. The cards do what they want. I just grab. So we have Justice reversed, Death upright, and Page of Chalices reversed. These look really cool. It's early morning, so I might still have morning. So Justice reversed. A lot of major arcana here. I wonder what you're going through. Something very big in this upcoming month, it seems. Dishonesty, guilt, injustice, lack of accountability, and bias. Some kind of... Do you feel like... Is this either you being dishonest, or like... It feels like if you lied about something, you're feeling guilty about it. Or are you upset with someone else for this dishonesty? Are you affected by someone else with dishonesty? Let's keep reading. Has to do with change, endings, rebirth, inevitability, transformation. You need to change this, or someone needs to change this. You is what came up first in my mind. So if there's something you haven't been telling the full truth about, that you feel extremely guilty over, it might be a time to end that cycle and start something new. Let me see Page of Chalices first. Page of Chalices reversed. Emotional immaturity, naivety, fixation, envy, unresolved past. I think, were you either jealous of someone, or is it because of something in the past that you feel like you are still hanging on? You're still hanging on to something because of, let's say there was someone who stole your eraser, and it was your favorite eraser from like high school. The other person doesn't even remember this incident, but you're like holding on to this since like high school. It gives petty, but it's something more important than that. Like, I wonder if this was someone who is important to you. Like, let's say you had a girlfriend or a boyfriend, and that person got snatched up by someone else. Like, maybe you broke up, but then you see them going out with someone else. You know, it could be by their choice, and it probably is, but the person that you feel like you want to blame, right, is the new boyfriend or the new girlfriend. It gives that similar kind of energy, but just different. Something on a little bit of a larger scale. What kind of scale is this? Emotional immaturity. This might be... I hate to say this, but it feels like it's a you problem this month. There's something happening with you, and the only way to fix it is within you. You have the ability to make this change. I think something is making you super unhappy that feels unfair to you, but the only person who's holding on to this is you, and the only person who can change how you feel about it is you. But let's see if anybody else can help you change that thought. Who can help you with this? Or is there someone that this has to do with? I am gonna grab this one. Gold digger. Someone that they want your money being used. Someone that you think only wanted you for money, or has been you've been helping them either financially or, you know, time is money too. They took your time, and you feel like that was unfair. Time is one of the most valuable things, because time is something you can't get back. You can always get back money, but you can't give back your time. And I feel like you wasted so much time, so much energy, maybe so much money on them. You feel like they're a gold digger. They used you. A little bit more information, please. Communicate, compromise, forgive, work it out. If this was in the past like I think it is, you might need to talk to them. Or even if you don't talk to them, you need to let it go. Work it out. Try to move on, because the only thing, like the only person that's hurting in this is you, because you aren't willing to let it go. You might need to communicate, but it doesn't even have to be with someone else. It might be with yourself. Being real with yourself. Who is this for? Because it doesn't help you, and it's definitely not for the other person. This is for you. Rejecting you was protecting myself. I was being selfish. Rejecting you was protecting myself. I was being selfish. I think either they tried to talk with you, or this is a rejection of yourself. because you want to be mad. It feels like if you've been wronged, sometimes nothing can make you feel better, so you just stay like simmering. You're still hurting yourself because you want someone to care the same way that you care about it. It's okay to be selfish, but this selfishness, it's not protecting you the way that you think it is. It's hurting you, and it's from the inside. I think internally you are hurting the most here. So, I don't know what to tell you other than I think that for your sake, it's better to move on. I'm sorry that you've been hurting, and I'm sorry that you've been holding on to this for so long. I know how painful that can be. But I really hope that you being selfish needs to be because of your benefit, not because of someone, like, waiting for someone else to save you or waiting for someone else to hurt for you. There's some hard messages this month, guys. You know, I usually read with the anime tarot, which I feel like is relatively gentle as a deck. This one, it has swords on it, so I really have this being like, it cuts through the issues. Like, wood is very, it's easy to cut through for swords, right? For at least like these twigs, branches, things like that. Even if it's painful with the thorns, it'll cut through it. That's kind of the communication that I'm getting from this deck. We are on Libra. I do want this card. Death. Again. Death upright. 9 of chalices. Ooh, a lot of options for you. And then lastly, we have Hanged Man. Oh, you're surrounded by options, but there's 2 very big things happening for you that you're in the middle of. All right. So death, usually about transformation, but let me read more about this in its whole context. So, death. Change, endings, rebirth, inevitability, and transformation. We have 9 of chalices. Fulfillment, satisfaction, gratitude, dreams coming true, acclaim. Ooh, there's something that you've gone through that you're finally overcoming. It sounds like you made a big change in your life recently, and so you have a lot of satisfaction from this. This is something you've been trying to work through for a long time that you're finally getting over. But Hanged Man, let's see. Surrender, new perspective, acceptance, vulnerability, sacrifice. Yeah! Oh my gosh, congratulations. It feels like you got over something really big. You feel fulfilled because you know that you have all these cups filled. You have everything going for you. And you had it all along. I think that you only just realized, and so you have this newfound confidence. Ooh, you don't have to see all the options because you know you have a lot of options. So you're comfortable being where you're at. I think that now is a time of just staying still, not because you are unable to make a decision, but because you're comfortable in your decision. You've already made a big decision. You've already made the change, the important change that you were supposed to make to get to where you are now. So I'm confused what you want for this month. Hold on. I was about to pull a 4th card earlier. Knight of Chalices reversed. Let me see this. Obsession, unwanted affection, jealousy, moodiness, idealization. So it sounds like you got over this feeling of envy towards other people, whether that is in relationships, which cups has to usually do with feelings. So I always kind of assume it has to do with either relationships, family, friendships, like something to do with bonds, you know, familial bonds, romantic bonds, things like that. So it feels like you had these feelings of jealousy. Maybe if it's in terms of family, maybe someone's been comparing you to like your cousin or something like that. And this is something that's been hurting you your whole life and made you jealous. But you're kind of coming to terms with, well, why am I jealous? It's not something that I value, so why am I being jealous of it? That's kind of like the vibe I'm getting. If it's romantically, it's like, oh, my ex got with someone new? Oh, well, good for them, you know? I'm happier without you. Something like that. Not to say that you broke up on bad terms, but it's like, you knew that you weren't good for each other, and so you broke up, and that's actually a good thing. I think everybody takes breakups as a bad thing, but sometimes breakups are a necessity, like a necessary thing. You don't want to stay in a relationship that's not giving you what you need or not fulfilling you. Okay, so what do we need to know? a little bit more cosmic insights. Health, I am gonna pull right away. Cycles. Health issues could arise. Fate, karma, something ending, something beginning. So cycles ties in with death, because cycles has to do with like stopping the cycle, as in like you ended the things that were causing you this pain, like jealousy, envy. You've finished going through that. Something ending, something beginning. So something new is coming your way. Health issues could arise. I wonder if that has to do with... If I'm being honest, I don't really feel this card at all. And because of that, I'm just gonna pull a new card. I know this feels like a cheat, but sometimes the cards just aren't it. It's not the right card. And I'm not gonna pull a card and think that, oh, I'm gonna make this work. Maybe it is the right card because it pulled back again. I just don't know what this is in relationship to, because it doesn't resonate with me. It might make more sense to you, because maybe this is something to do with a health issue that you are aware of, but maybe it's very personal to you or specific to you that I don't understand it. But it is something, I guess, to keep an eye out for this month. I'm sorry that I can't give you a proper explanation. Health issues could arise. It's just, I don't feel like it has to do with you. This is why this is confusing me. So if you guys figure it out, you're gonna have to tell me, because I don't know what this means. Maybe Dark Confessions can tell me a little bit more about this? No. This connection bores me to death. I need something more exciting. You daredevil, you. You know, it's funny because it sounds like then, because you already have this death card pulled, and not to make it ironic that this says this connection bores me to death, you don't have the excitement that you wanted from the relationship, is what it sounded like. You ended this because you felt like it didn't give you the spark that you were looking for. But you want to be careful about being this daredevil type character, like invincible. I need something more exciting because this connection bores me to death. It might not be great for your health, is how I'm kind of tying it. I don't know if that's exactly what this is going towards. And health might be not only physical health, just to put that out there. It could also be mental health. It could be something it's not worth the excitement, so to speak. I know we just talked about how the last relationship was boring and it doesn't give you the excitement that you need, but you need to be careful where you find your thrill, is what I'm saying. So this is the reading for this month. You daredevil, you. I don't know, something about you is like invincible this month in a different way than the earlier readings for someone else. It's like you're a troublemaker, so to speak, like looking for trouble, but not like a troublemaker in that way of like, hee, I'm gonna pull off a prank. It's trouble in the fact that, like, you want some kind of thrill, and I don't know what kind of cost you have for that thrill. Libra. Okay, Scorpio is next. Whoa. Okay. Let's see what we got here. And I do think this fourth one wants to be here, so I'm gonna hold it to the side. Page of Coins, reversed. 9 of Wands, upright. Queen of Coins, upright. And I will come back to this fourth card in a second. The Page of Coins reversed has to do with short-sightedness, debt, financial inexperience, lack of planning, and laziness. 9 of Wands, resolve, resilience, fatigue, guardedness, and injury. And then the Queen of Coins, upright, nurturing, generosity, good intentions, management, steadiness. What does this mean for us? Let me pull the last card and see. Are we back to relationships again? Because we just pulled the 2 of chalices, the 2 of cups. We are back to the 2 of cups again. So the 2 of cups has to do with some kind of relationship, whether that's romantic or whether that is familial or someone who is a very close friend. And I wonder if you've been I don't know how to put it this way. I wonder if you got in a fight with them. This is kind of the feeling that I get, because while you are usually in the middle, like, you guys usually meet in the middle here, right? because you have two people coming together in the middle and see, like, you're sharing the same cup. But in this way, if this is in the middle for you, the Nine of Wands, this is the fatigue, this is the resilience, this is where we're having issues and struggles with. So I think that something happened that maybe caused you guys to fight. And I think that it was something that wasn't even that big, but maybe it feels big. I think it's short-sightedness in a sense of maybe they owe you something. And I don't mean to say it's not big, but it feels like it's not something that should get in the way of this special relationship, because it's not a relationship you come across often, usually. I think that you're holding yourself close to your chest because something hurt you, or something like it feels like maybe they took advantage of your wealth or what you have going on in your career. If it's career, then it could be that you introduce them to the job and they don't seem to appreciate it enough. Something like that. But when it comes to this relationship, what you need is the Queen of Coins. That's not to say, so this is generosity, but that's not to say that you give them everything they want, but it's almost like giving them the benefit of the doubt. You don't have to hold this coin so close to your chest. You can afford to give them this like opening, because you are the one who arbitrated this. You're the one who gave them this opportunity. And I think that while this hurts right now, I think you guys need to come together to talk about this. I have this feeling that they don't even know they hurt you. They don't even know, because you haven't told them that, hey, this bothers me. Let me get some more insight about either this person or you or this situation. Addiction, challenges with unhealthy habits, and financial struggles. I feel like they borrowed money and this bothers you. Maybe they forgot to pay you back. This is like the feeling that I'm getting. And because money is important, don't get me wrong. I know that money isn't the end all be all, but it can get in the way of happiness, especially in relationships. So it feels like they maybe borrowed money, or you gave them a gift. It's a financial thing too. Like maybe it cost a lot of money and you didn't get this feeling of like, I was generous with you, but it doesn't feel like you appreciated that, is the feeling it gives. A little bit more. Challenges. Make a decision, work on inner healing. This feels like it's less about them, but more like you've come across this situation before and you've dealt with this before, but by yourself. And you don't have to do it by yourself anymore, because you have this person who is understanding, who is willing to work this out with you, but you don't really feel that way because you've had this happen before in your life. So you're having trouble trusting them is what it feels like. The dark confession, let's see what we have there. I have lost all control of my life. I keep messing up. This has to do with the inner healing thing. I've lost control of my life. I keep messing up. I think you keep feeling like you make the same mistakes over and over again. You are afraid of, I think you are afraid of losing this person, but at the same time, you're mad because you wanted them to be different. Maybe they are different, but you're not giving them the opportunity to show you that they are different. They don't know that you're holding this in your heart. So I think that this has to do with you working on your inner healing and being able to confront in a way that, you know, it's not coming with hate, but in the fact that, like, listen, I'm really hurt by this. I don't know if you know this, but this is what has been bothering me. I think this is what's at the core of your reading. It's a relationship that you treasure, and you're wondering if you're being treasured back. And I think that you need to work it out with them though. This is tough love, Miri. You need to go talk to them and work this out, because otherwise you could lose something really good for yourself. You might even the feeling is not just losing, but you're letting go of something really good for yourself. And you need to stop doing that. You have so much good that you can let yourself have. It's okay to want for things. It's okay to feel like you need something that maybe the other person isn't giving, and to let them know, like, hey, this is just how I feel. They may not, Like, I really feel like they don't know what they're doing. Like, that they're hurting you in any way. Alright. Let's go. We're Sagittarius now. Sagittarius babies. Whoa. Okay. Got it. Got it. So we have Two of Wands reversed, the Hierophant upright, and the Tower reversed. Interesting. Tower is everybody's most feared card, but I like it. But nobody likes it because they're scared of what it means. So Two of Wands reversed. Let's start there first. Formulation of plans, waiting, decisions, options, discovery. Formulation of plans, so... But the reversed is fear of change, doubt, lack of planning, indecision, and non-cooperation. I don't think you're trusting in someone's intuition. That maybe you should, is what it feels like, because Hierophant... Well, let me get to Hierophant first. It has to do with education, group identity, mentoring, imparted beliefs. I think this person is trying to steer you in the right direction, but you're not quite there. Like, you don't necessarily believe enough. Like, I think you trust that they are smart in what they are in, like, what they're doing or what they're studying, but you're not sure if that pertains, like, if that necessarily applies to you. If that advice necessarily works for you. Okay. And then the Tower reversed. Starting over, inaction, hesitation, rebuilding, disruption. You need to start over. You don't want to start over. It's like, I came so far, I worked so hard to get here. What do you mean I have to start over from the beginning? But, and this is what I've said about Tower every time. If you build your tower on the wrong foundation, that tower is going to fall over at any moment. And that's where you're at. Yes, you built this tower tall, but if you built this tower tall on the wrong foundation, what's the point? Because you're just going to fall over anyway. So instead of like waiting for this tower to fall over, trust in this guidance. Whoever is trying to help you, they are trying to guide you in the right direction. I think you're reluctant because of this feeling of, I don't want to let go of everything that I've built so far. But I think you need to, because you can build something far better. It sucks starting over, but you can make something far better than where you're at right now. Let's read a little bit more about this cosmic insight. Maybe this is someone, like, maybe this will tell you about this person, this someone, or maybe it'll tell us, I don't know. Let's see what we get here. Narcissist. Someone is too full of themselves. I don't know if this is how you feel about the Hierophant, or if this is something that's calling you out specifically. Because this is like I'm hot shit type of feeling. And I think, like, I'm not gonna lie, it sounds kind of like it could be about you. I'm so sorry, but it could be about you because you feel like you did that. You built that tower tall. It's taller than anybody else's. Like, whatever you made feels like it's this fantastic thing. And it's something that maybe nobody else has done before, nobody else has talked about before, or this is such a unique idea, or it's doing so well. What do you mean I have to start over? Water sign. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. So I think this has to do with who the Hierophant is. Either that, or it has to do with, like, so they have a water sign somewhere in their chart. I think that this is the Hierophant. I think this person that you want to look out for, or the person that that you need to take advice from, is a water sign attribute. So that, once again, that's Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Something that might be tricky about this is maybe it's not their primary sign, as in it might not be the sun sign that a lot of people are aware of, you know, the one that everybody's like, what month, what day and month was I born in, and then what zodiac am I? It's not like that. It could be their sun, moon, rising, like somewhere on their chart, or someone with a lot of water sign in their chart. So that could be a little tricky for you to navigate. So that I'm sorry about. Let's see the dark confession here. It's difficult for me to process emotions. I'm not available right now. It's difficult for me to process emotions. I'm not available right now. It's funny because water signs are all about feeling and emotions. They feel a lot of times more than they, like, before they think. And I think that the person who's your Hierophant, they can help you process these emotions because it's so difficult. I'm not available right now because I'm pouring myself into this passion project. I feel really strongly about myself because if I don't, then what do I have left? That's kind of the feeling I'm getting from you in this specific reading. What's going on? What are you so afraid of by letting go? That's the feeling that I want you to think about. So for this month, I really hope you have moments of clarity that'll help you shed light on this tower situation. And the Hierophant, I hope he or she, I get a feeling of he for some reason. I hope he's of good use to you or a good resource for you. We are on Capricorn. So Capricorn, what do we have going for you? 10 of Coins. 6 of Wands. Reversed. And then lastly, we have 4 of Swords upright. 10 of Coins. This has to do with family, inheritance, legacy, retirement, windfall. So something where either you have someone in your family that's retired, or maybe this could be just about family in general, or something to do with the money that you were receiving from your family. 6 of Wands. And that doesn't necessarily mean inheritance. That could just mean like, oh, the allowance money, something that they're just giving you. Maybe it's like your birthday and they're passing on money to you. Something like that. 6 of Wands. Wait, why did I say it's your birthday? I can't remember when Capricorns are born. 6 of Wands. Let's keep going. Disgrace, failure, mob mentality, overconfidence, or lack of confidence. Isn't it funny that it could go both ways? And then let me just read 4 of Swords beforehand. 4 of Swords has to do with self-care, rest, meditation, pause, relaxation. It's kind of cool, too, because when you look at this 4 of Swords, there is actually a mother and child at the top. And I think you need the rest here. I think it's also the feeling of you need to give it a rest is the feeling that I'm getting. Like, I feel exasperated. Not just because I've been reading for a while, but just this reading feels like, like you need to let it go. Like, let loose something. Wait, let me pull one more card to get a little bit more of a understanding. 3 of Swords. This was my most feared card. Betrayal. This has to do with feelings of betrayal. Yeah, heartbreak, betrayal, hopelessness, trauma, grief. It's feeling like you're not being given something in the family. Like, you want to give it a rest. Like, maybe there's some kind of family issue happening this month where there's some kind of money contention, I think. Actually, I don't know if there's money contention. It's watching people in your family that are close together and feeling like you don't quite have that for yourself is what it feels like. So it feels like a betrayal. Like, maybe you got in an argument. If you have siblings, maybe you got in an argument with your siblings and then your parents or whoever took the side of your family member. It's feeling like you got stabbed in the heart. And it could be 3 people. I think that this involves you and 2 other people. You are the one feeling like the 6 of Wands. I think the other people are these 2 here. Someone who is older, who is the one who's usually more generous and who's like almost like the head of the family is the vibe I'm getting. And then the 4 of Swords is the one here. It's like there's 3 swords here. These are the ones that are about to stab. It's like you're lying and taking it because it's always happened to you. Like, it's always been that this person got what they wanted. And I think you feel that sense of betrayal from your head figure here. Whoever's like the head of your household or whoever is like at the top. I don't know how to put it. Like, it could be your boss too, like, so to speak. The 10 of Coins could be your boss. It doesn't necessarily have to be family. It could be someone who's like family. And it feels like you were betrayed because they didn't take your side. Guardian. A lost loved one watches over you. Yeah. Someone who was your guardian. Someone who does usually look after you. And it doesn't feel like they're watching over you anymore. Like, it feels like they betrayed you. Fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I think that whoever this is, you'll know them because they have a fire sign in their chart. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, anyone that has a lot of fire sign in their chart too. So it could be that maybe their main sign is Capricorn, but their chart has mostly fire signs in them. Again, this is something that the last reading had where it's difficult to tell who has these signs without knowing their birth chart. So the most that most people are able to gauge is from their sun sign, which is the sign that most people know. So this might be a little difficult for you to figure out if you don't know their chart. Okay. Dark confession. This one. We're living two separate lives. They don't know you. We're living two separate lives. They don't know you in the same way that you feel like you know yourself. They don't know that this person has always gotten, like, it feels like they've chosen a different side, and it feels like they don't know the full story. They don't know what happened. They haven't lived where you've lived to know why, like, you feel the way you do. We're living two separate lives. You don't know me is the feeling I get. I think that it's hard because this person, like, a lost loved one, this person loves you. They care about you in one way or another. And I think that this feels like, to you, it feels like it hurts a lot. But I don't think they're doing it out of malice because they obviously care about you. I don't know. I need it. One more pull. This is the first time I'm really doing a 5 pull for tarot cards. So 2 of Swords. That's between you and them. 2 of Swords. Let me see. Choices, denial, information overload, stalemate, need to face fear. You're scared. These issues this month is because you're scared of finding out the real truth of the matter. You're afraid that they're gonna choose, like, the thing is, I don't even know if they chose the other person's side. I think you're assuming that they are gonna choose the other person's side because it's always been that way in the past. You never had someone who believed your side above someone else's. And I think that this is a time where, you know, you could trust him, but you're afraid to trust because you're afraid of the betrayal underneath. Yeah. This is the reading that I have for you, and I hope you're able to work this out with this guardian figure, with this person who clearly cares about you. Aquarius. This is going to be the next one. Aquarius. I don't know if it's because of the dark confessions, but it feels like the readings I've been getting are much spicier than usual. The Fool. The Fool. The beginning of a journey. 8 of Chalices reversed. Ace of Coins upright. Interesting. Okay. So if you want to see the cards just in case. This is the Ace of Coins. 8 of Chalices. And then the Fool. Perfect. Alright, so let's take a look here. The Fool is new beginnings. I already know this much at least. Innocence, trust, impulsiveness, and spontaneity. And then we have 8 of Chalices, which is not seeing the options that you typically have. I've pulled this card a couple times this past few readings, which is interesting. It's a lot of, like, people not knowing the options that they have available to them. 8 of Chalices. Indecision, aimlessness, giving up, fear of commitment, and last chance. Okay, and then Ace of Coins. Opportunity, strong foundation, career prosperity, manifestations. So, you're at the beginning of this new fantastic journey, and I think it's a financial or career opportunity that's in front of you. Strong foundation, manifestation. You've finally gotten this new job that you've been looking for is what it feels like to me. But I think that either you've gone through a lot of different jobs, which is how many cups you have here. You've gone through a lot of jobs, so you're afraid of this, like, losing this next one. Or you've maybe had different opportunities presented to you, the Ace of Coins, that you're not sure which one to take. And I think you're about to make a spontaneous decision like, okay, this is, like, for example, this is the first job opportunity that I got. I'm gonna go with this one, when maybe you have other options that you can consider carefully before just jumping into the first one that jumps out to you. I think especially right now, it's so hard. Oops. Sorry about if you hear my gum bubba. It's so hard to choose, not necessarily choose, but to have choices in a job with the way that the market is right now. So it's easy to jump at any opportunity you get, but not every opportunity is one that you should jump at, even if it feels like the best option at the moment. And I feel like you might like be on that precipice of just whatever I get, I'm gonna jump on it, because you're so optimistic about having gotten a job offer. Or it doesn't even have to do with job necessarily. It's just like, maybe it's a money opportunity. Maybe it's something where you're finally able to get this this idea afloat that you've had for a while. Maybe you're finally coming up with the logistics of it. And it's so easy to jump into like, I've been trying to plan this for so long, or I've been working so hard to try to get this to work for so long. It's so easy to jump at the first opportunity that comes to you. I think of a friend who, she was struggling with job searching for a while, and she had finally gotten a job that she wanted to apply for, but that job didn't go through. She was gonna take it as soon as she got the job offer. They went with someone else, or she decided not to take it. One of those. I can't quite remember how it went. But she later found out from a friend who also joined the same company that she was gonna go to, that the job sucked and it wasn't worth what was out there. So sometimes it's easy to see the roses at the beginning, rose-colored glasses at the beginning, and think, oh, this is the best option. This is the option that I need. This is the option that should work for me, without seeing some of the precautions that are there. So let's see. Gold digger. Yeah. So they want your money being used. So this is, I think, wanting so badly this opportunity. I think this gold digger is not necessarily to say you're a gold digger, but you hope that you make money from this avenue that you're trying to go through. And it's the one that's, it's like the incentive is becoming tempting for you, but it's not necessarily the right thing for you. In fact, date night. I wonder what you're sacrificing for this opportunity, or if you think that this is like, if you're married to this idea or dancing around this idea. Because I think that this doesn't necessarily have to do with love. I know it says date night, but it's the idea of like, you know, the idea of being married to your job. This is like you're contemplating on dating this job, so to speak. I know that's a weird interpretation of it, but this is the interpretation that I have from this. Dark confessions. Let me see. Again, my mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. You're trying to pretend that this is gonna work, so you think that by putting up this face, like, I know this will work. I know, it's like a front. You're fronting yourself. I know this will work. This time I know that I'm gonna be able to get this job. I'm finally gonna be able to make the money that I want, or I'm finally gonna get the opportunities that I've been wanting for. But you know in your heart this is not the right way to go about things. I need to fake my feelings. You know that this is not the right way, but you want it so desperately to be. This is the impression that I get. Don't jump at any opportunity. You know, you're much more valuable than you take yourself for. And I think you forget that a lot of times because it's so easy just to take whatever comes at you first. But the first thing that comes at you is not always the best option or the one that's meant for you. So that's just what I want to pass along to you. And now we've come to the last in our reading. We are finally going to Pisces. Okay. One more time. Oh, never mind. It wants Page of Chalices, 8 of Swords. Page of Chalices reversed, by the way. 8 of Swords upright. And Knight of Swords upright. Let's see what we have here. Page of Chalices. Page of Chalices reversed has to deal with emotional immaturity, naivety, fixation, envy, and unresolved past. Eight of Swords upright. Eight of Swords upright deals with self-imposed confinement, restriction, victim mentality, self-consciousness, and isolation. Interesting. And then Knight of Swords. Initiative, activism, ambitiousness, quick decisions, courage. It sounds like you're jumping to conclusions is the way that I'm reading it. Jumping to conclusions because of this feeling like there's not something not resolved. Let me get one more. Figure out what this thing is. The Empress reversed. The Empress reversed. Something big is at the core of these issues for why you feel kind of stuck where you're at. Like, you have all these swords that you can help you to get free from your confinement. You even have the ambition to go forward, like to cut through this issue, but something's holding you back, and it's yourself. But the Empress reversed, what is that here? Block creativity, negligence, repression, abandonment, disconnection from nature. What is your creativity blocked? I think there's unresolved feelings here, because there's a couple of different meanings to every card, and you can read them based off of different things that are happening in the card. So I feel like you've only delved into a small part of this larger picture. I think that you are not embracing your feelings to the fullest extent, that you're not feeling this peace that the Empress is feeling. This Empress is comfortable where she's at. This Empress is someone who's divine feminine, which is kind of like someone who's comfortable with their intuition, with their feelings, someone who embodies like the divine nurturing nature. But where we're at is we're afraid to tap into it. We're stepping very close to the edge of the water, but we're afraid of falling into it. You've only touched the surface. The Page of Chalices is only holding a small cup of water here. Whereas I think if you did cut through the heart of the issue, which is this Knight of Swords, you'd be able to embody this divine feminine much more easily. And I think that's gonna honestly help you more than you think it will. In fact, what is it helping you with? The Sun. This is the most cards I pulled because this is the most confusing reading that I've had so far. So you are at the center as the Eight of Swords, where you're feeling trapped. The Sun in reverse. It sounds like you're, not to put it bluntly, but it sounds like you're negative Nancy for some reason. The Sun. The Sun is usually about positivity. Yeah, so the Sun upright, optimism, innocence, wellness, the outdoors, joy. You're not able to experience joy because of this feeling of like, I'm trapped, I don't know what to do. I'm not willing to jump into something darker about myself because what if I'm not ready to face these feelings? But you need to. The Knight of Swords is calling you to. You need to cut through this issue, and you're more equipped for it than you think. I just don't know what the issue is. One more time. Page of Coins. This is the largest reading I've had because I'm trying to figure out what this... It's like you're dancing around your feelings or this big issue that you're not willing to tell me about. It's like my throat has a frog stuck in it. Potential foundations, new job, education, thrift. Something about a job? And not necessarily a job, but like a career or a financial opportunity or something that's scaring you because you could be getting this abundance. There's a lot of flower imagery here. You can see kind of the difference between the stuff that you're going through turmoil-wise. Well, you can't see the difference. So this card, these cards, they're all blue and cooler tones versus these cards here, which are all warmer. So there's a lot of greens, a lot of abundance here at the bottom. All your feelings can nurture this because if you feed these plants, these flowers with the water that you're like, you're stuck in the water, basically. You're afraid of the water, but the water is what can help nurture these flowers, these seeds of opportunity. And I think you're holding yourself back from this big opportunity that can give you some financial stability, some kind of income, some kind of like, it has to do with career or money that's coming into your life that's being held back because of you, to put it quite frankly. I think you're gonna struggle a little bit with yourself, but if you let go a little bit more, then you'd be able to open yourself up to these opportunities and be a much happier person. You would embody the Sun and the Empress. You would be so comfortable with who you are. You would be so much happier. I just get this feeling of you'd be so much happier. You'd be able to get everything you want, but I don't know why you're holding yourself back. The Sun. I'm just so stuck on the Sun because it's like, you could be really happy. This Sun and Empress are such big major life arcana cards that whatever you're going through now, if you can make your decision or work through this, it's life-changing for you. That's why I'm like so stuck on what is it that you're not sharing, you know? Narcissist, someone who's too full of themselves. I think it's not that you're full of yourself, but you're stuck in yourself. You're stuck with like the things that you've been thinking about for so long. You're stuck with like the thoughts about yourself, and not necessarily in a too full of yourself way, but you're stuck with like it's so difficult to describe you. Someone is too full of themselves. It's not being too full of yourself, but thinking too hard about yourself, like where you fit in this reading. One more time. Open up your heart. It will help you attract more love. That's the thing. You're closing yourself off so much that even I'm having trouble figuring you out. What are you hiding that you don't want to share with people? Because you have so much to offer, and so many things are ready to offer it back to you. So I'm really confused why you won't let this in. What is the dark confession here? I have many regrets that keep me from moving forward. Okay. So you're so stuck in the past of something that you've either done wrong or something that's like, I'm the type of person that's like this too. I hold so many things that nobody ever thinks about anymore with me from the past. I have so many regrets. I actually just resolved a regret recently where I hadn't reached out to someone in such a long time because I felt like I wronged them. So it was very hard for me to reach out. But when I talked to them, they were like, no, listen, I didn't reach out to you because I was having health issues. I wish you reached out to me because I would have definitely, like, there was no beef on my part. There was no, I never felt like you wronged me. I never felt like you hurt me on purpose. I've never felt like you've done something to be malicious to me. You have regrets that are only your regrets, but you're stopping yourself. It's like you're punishing yourself. So I think you don't have to hurt yourself anymore. You are ready to open up your heart, because once you do, you will be able to get every opportunity that's meant for you to come your way. I really hope that you move past whatever it is that's been holding you back, whatever you've been feeling that's you've been holding in your heart for so long. I hope you're able to let it go, because these regrets shouldn't stop you from living your best life, from being who you are meant to be as a person, from the happiness that you should have as a person. So, this is Pisces' reading. And with that as well, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for sticking with me and for this little bit of a different format for our reading. I hope you enjoyed, and whatever happens this upcoming month, I am wishing you all the best. With that, I love you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great night, great day, great time zone, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Goodbye.